Section 1. Coins as Chronicles, an introduction to Canadian numismatics. The story of a nation can be told in many ways, through grand monuments, dusty textbooks, and the memories of its people. One of the most tangible chronicles is held within small metallic discs. Coins pass through our hands every day. Coins are more than money, miniature historical documents. They reflect art, politics, technology, and values. This essay explores the rich history of Canadian coinage, from the earliest days of trade and barter, furs, beads, and occasional foreign coins washed ashore, through French and then British colonial rule, when a confusing mix of currencies frustrated daily life, to the adoption of a decimal system that aligned Canada with the United States, with plain English, a clear timeline, and the stories behind each denomination. Section 2. Before the coin. Barter, tokens, and colonial currencies. Long before official mints, commerce thrived through intricate systems of exchange. Networks spanned vast distances. Beaver pelts, copper implements, and wampum belts held value and meaning. Europeans joined this system, trading metal goods, textiles, and firearms for furs. In New France, a steady flow of official coins remained elusive. Sols, livres, and liards circulated unevenly. In 1685, card money paid soldiers. Denominations inked on playing cards, signed as promises. A jumble of foreign coins filled gaps. Pieces of 8 were reliable, often cut into bits, 2 bits for a quarter, a habit that echoes in American speech. Merchants issued tokens and notes for small change, valid only locally. Values varied by town. Confusion and contention drove the push for standardization. Section 3. The British influence and the struggle for standardization. The British system of pounds, shillings, and pence layered over a hodgepodge of coins. British coins were slow to arrive. Foreign coins persisted. Daily life demanded constant conversion. Official ratings tried to anchor value to the Spanish dollar, but rates varied. By the 1800s, small change was scarce. Private tokens proliferated. Habitant tokens, a farmer motif, circulated widely, proving the need for reliable money. The U.S. decimal dollar system tugged Canadian commerce toward simplicity. After 1841, pressure grew for a U.S.-compatible currency. The pounds, shillings, pence framework became an impediment, setting the stage for change. Standardization was imminent. A single unified system would unlock commerce. Section 4. A new nation, a new dollar. The decimal system and confederation. In 1858, the province of Canada adopted dollars and cents, aligning with the U.S. Britain consented. The first coins were struck in London. The inaugural series included a 1 cent, 5, 10, and a short-lived 20-cent piece. Victoria on the obverse, a maple wreath reverse, Canada's lasting symbol. The 20-cent, equivalent to a shilling, was confused with the U.S. quarter and discontinued. Confederation in 1867 demanded a unified currency. The 1871 Act made the Canadian dollar sole legal tender. Standardized denominations debuted in 1870, quarter replacing the 20 cent. Struck in Britain, they symbolized sovereignty and confidence. A coin minted in Ottawa now spent equally from Halifax to Victoria. Among Canadian coins, the penny holds a special place, despite its recent withdrawal. Born in 1858, downsized in 1876 to match international sizes. In 1937, G.E. Kruger Gray's maple sprig became iconic. Design stayed steady. Metals shifted with needs and costs. By 2012, production costs eclipsed value. The last penny was struck. It remains a nostalgic gateway for collectors. The 5 cent began as a tiny silver coin, then grew in 1922, nearly pure nickel. A practical switch that showcased a Canadian resource. Kruger Gray's beaver has endured ever since. During Double Pew, nickel went to armor. Tomback and a 12-sided shape marked the home front. A brief, memorable chapter captured in metal. For nearly a century, Canadians jingled with silver. The dime, initially tiny, evolved into an icon in 1937. Hans Bluenose captured maritime heritage under Full Sail. It has graced the 10-cent piece ever since. The quarter shifted to Hans Caribou, a nation on the move. The caribou anchors countless commemorations. The larger 50-cent features the Canadian coat of arms, more vault than pocket. Today it's minted mainly for collectors. The silver era ended in 1968 as bullion rose. Coins shifted to nickel, changing weight, feel, and sound. A new timbre for everyday change. Canada's first circulating dollar arrived in 1935 for George Thibe's Silver Jubilee. Hans' reverse shows a voyageur and indigenous guide under the northern lights. A windswept pine anchors the scene. Public response was overwhelming. The voyageur became the standard reverse for decades. Dollars were more keepsake than cash. They became gifts and collectibles. Special designs marked milestones, from royal visits to Newfoundland's entry. Alex Colville's Centennial Goose sparked national collecting. Silver gave way to nickel. Large dollars continued to 1986. A smaller coin would soon replace the dollar bill. By the 1980s, bills wore out fast. Coins last decades. Canada chose a $1 coin and phased out the note. A twist. The master dies were lost in transit. A new design was commissioned. A loon on a lake. Introduced in 1987, the public dubbed it the Loonie. It quickly became an icon of Canadian currency. In 1996, the $2 bimetallic toonie arrived, secure and striking. Brent Townsend's polar bear defined its reverse. The name stuck overnight. Loonies and toonies became everyday workhorses. They also became canvases for national stories. A constant across Canadian coinage is the reigning monarch's portrait. Effigies updated as monarchs and eras changed. Elizabeth II's portrait evolved over a 70-year reign. With Charles III, the tradition continues. The Royal Canadian Mint, founded 1908, fully Canadian since 1931, is the maker of these coins. A pioneer of .9999 gold maple leaf bullion. It innovated with bimetallic structures and multiply plated steel. Color, holograms, and advanced finishes elevate artistry. Art meets science in precision minting. The Mint strikes coins for countries worldwide. A quiet Canadian powerhouse of numismatic innovation. In a world of cards and phones, what future for coins? They remain essential for small-value transactions. They aid charities and teach financial literacy. For many, coins are a necessity, reliable and private. Beyond utility, coins are artifacts and collectibles. Rarities and mint errors can turn change into treasure. The Mint's commemoratives celebrate identity and memory. New alloys, better security, and vivid artistry keep coins relevant. From barter to the dollar, coins mirror Canada's journey. From voyageur silver to the golden loonie. Chapters in metal. Small, durable history books circulating for generations, telling how Canada defined its value and place in the world.